Alright guys, we're going to show you how to play the backhand topspin. If you haven't already watched how to have the correct grip for the backhand, go and watch it. On the forehand side, we showed you how to play, showed you how to use the body as well as the common mistakes. Now, on the forehand, you'll see me counter hitting, right? If you haven't already, here's it.
Oh man, it's been a while.
And you'll see that on the counter hitting, right? I stand pretty close to the table, then I step back and topspin. On the backhand, it's a bit of a different story. On the forehand, you're rarely ever going to use this counter hit shot. Only sometimes will you forehand block. You're mostly going to counter spin, topspin, whether it's no backswing, or you're going to step back and play a big loop. On the backhand, however, this here, when we're counter hitting, counter hits are essentially like a way to warm up a block, right? Of course, when you block against fast balls, slow balls, you're going to have to adjust it, whether it's a bigger block or a smaller block, or against a slow spinny ball, you're really getting into the block, which is a topic for another video. But on the backhand, we're going to need to use this backhand counter hit a lot in matches. It's not like the forehand where your whole body gets in the shot. It takes too much time to play the block, where you may as well just play a topspin. On the backhand, however, this shot here is going to make a lot of sense to use, especially when the opponent hits very hard at you, very, very hard and fast, or they play very spinny, right? It's hard to always counter spin. As well, when they play really fast, for you to play a topspin, you're going to have a backspin, which is sometimes impossible. Sometimes you're just going to have to stand there and block. And sometimes it's the safer option, sometimes it's just the better option in more suitable contexts, depending on how comfortable you are to always counter spin. Of course, different players are different, right? If you watch Jung Jiko, William Hensel, they're always counter spinning. At an international level, not having a good backhand block did let my mate William Hensel down. He was top 100 in the world genuinely, but not having a backhand block, he did suffer. So the key difference is when we backhand counter hit and block, you'll see here, my elbow here actually, when I play the block or the punch, my elbow will also, not only will it extend, it will actually like push forward a bit, right? It will push forward. How to use the body is the next video, but let's just focus on the arm today, right? That one there, you'll see this, you'll see here, it pushes forward, see? Elbow starts here, now watch it. See that? Boom, boom. On the topspin, however, it's different, yeah? We don't do this, we do this. The elbow turns, you see, it will turn, but it won't move forward. That's the key biggest differences between a block, a counter hit, and a topspin. On a block, we're going to use basically our whole arm, right? A body and our especially our forearm and bicep here. That's a big difference on a block, right? We get to use our whole arm, and we need to. On a topspin, however, again, this turns, but we're only using wrist. Okay, well, we are going to use the body, but that's something I'm going to show you later. But as far as the arm goes, all we're doing here, this elbow will turn, but see, it won't move forward anymore, right? That's the big, on the topspin, we get our wrist back and we get our wrist through. Wrist back, wrist through. Elbow turns to let that happen. Elbow turns as a result, as like a hinge, because the wrist just moves, it's so whippy, right? When different speeds come, we want to do this still, but with more or less backswing. But assuming it's a normal ball, right? Again, see this? Wrist moves a lot, wrist moves a lot, elbow turns, but elbow does not move forward. Now, look at the counter hit. See, it's a bit more split, right? All this moves evenly. And look at it, elbow does move forward. Yeah? Keep that in mind. When you play a block, it's all this horizontal, ideally horizontal, right? If you're a little bit like this, like Ma Long does it, right? But you see the ideal backhands, Fan Jiandong, right? You see it's here, it's here, it's here, right? It's this horizontal kind of elbow structure, right? And then bang, 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 bang. Here, you're just going to hit the ball cleaner and you're going to have more surface area than if you were to do that, right? So here on a block or a counter hit, bang. On a topspin, bang. Yeah, on the topspin, bang. It's not the same. Those are the big key differences. Now, assuming we know the grip from the last video, how do you play a backhand topspin? You again, like the forehand topspin, except on the backhand now we're just using these muscles instead of these. Get that wrist, cock that wrist, only that wrist back, elbow up, and because of the stored tension that's here, we now, like a frisbee, boom, like a frisbee, bang, let that through. So if we grab a ball, this is what it looks like if I show it in a real life situation, right? The swing might not be as big as this, but I'm going to do something like this. Have a look.